in 1954, there was the idea of a national school of drama was born in this Sangeet Natak Academy. So the idea was, and they had heard about this very young man in Bombay who was very interested in training. And so they approached Alkazi to formulate a syllabus for the going to be National School of Drama. So Alkazi did. He formulated a very elaborate scheme which will be the curriculum for the NSD. Then a couple of years later, the NSD was established, etc. And they asked him to head it. At which point he said, no, I'm so sorry, I can't do that because A, I'm very young, and B, I don't feel that I'm ready for this kind of a job. So they went on approaching him for many years. And then finally, it was only in the 60s, in 1961, that my father finally said yes. When he came to Delhi, he was only 36 years old, and he was shocked with the kind of theatre that was going on over here, because already things had, moved on in Bombay, because that has a very alive theatre scene. So one of the first things that he did was to select a play like Andha Yug and Dharamveer Bharati's verse play, blank verse play, and he thought of staging it in the grand ruins of Firoz Shah Kotla. The production was quite spectacular because, for one, it was an anti-war play, so it had a very strong theme. And so this, after World War II, was a question that concerned a lot of people, that there shouldn't be a Cold War and then there shouldn't be another war. And so the play had a kind of a political echoes in people's minds. And they also, people were very enamored that, oh my God, how can we see a play in a ruin, and what is it going to be? So it was quite a unique event. And Jawaharlal Nehru said he would be very keen to come and see this event. The day he came late. He came a little late, and my father was a stickler for timing. And he said, listen, everything has to, if we say it's a 6:30 show, it has to begin at 6:30, finish. I don't care who's come, I'm not interested in people come, VIPs. So he started. And then suddenly flurry of activity, who's coming in? So Nehru ji aa gaye, and then he was seated. So my father, I think, just to be polite, he stood up and he asked the audience, excuse me, the Prime Minister has come. So do you mind very much if we start the play again? So, the audience said, no, of course, you must do that and all that. And so the play was begun again.